Really? Really, world? Is this what we doing now? This what we do? Chris Brown, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the greatest, most talented artists of this generation. It's facts. People don't like facts these days. They like to be lied to. But the truth of the matter is, those are the numbers. For stage performance, live performance, there are more people entertained by a Chris Brown performance than any other R&B artist in the game today. That's just facts. Now, they want to dig up Chris's past. Every time there is something positive going on in his life. When is someone going to be forgiven? When they're black, it's like there's no forgiving. You're going to be reminded of it to the day you die. Am I correct or am I correct? That seems to be the notion. That's the notion. There is no forgiveness for nothing you do when you are black. I don't make the rules. I'm just stating the facts. When you are black, everything's a go. He dropped a single with Chloe Bailey, and y'all freak out. First, it was all about Chloe Bailey. It had nothing to do with Chris. She wanted to be a Beyonce. Then they attacked this girl 4 different ways. Then they came in Chris. Then you got some washed up artist that was in 3LW that would have never, ever had a deal or a contract to be in any group if it wasn't for her auntie / mama, whoever she is, that put the group together around her because she has no talent, she can't dance, and she can't sing. And notice how everyone around her, she's the one that's out. Everybody else got a career, but nobody deal with her and her auntie and mama or whatever. Nobody deals with her. She's on the outs. So you don't expect to see a 3LW reunion with her. She want one to be back in the spotlight, but she was the only one with no talent. So that's why she was in the situation she was in. So you can open your mouth about somebody with talent. Okay, I get it. Because you was in the industry. Now, Chris Brown is all these things you say he is. If the person did not go through any penalty, did Chris go through a penalty? Yes. Was his career forever marred by this? Yes. When is it going to be okay for y'all to say, all right, we forgive you, Chris. You haven't done nothing since then. You good. He was a 20-year-old kid, I believe, at the time. He was either 19 or 20 when this incident happened. And y'all keep making him relive it over and over again. When y'all don't make her relive it, y'all don't make Riri relive any of it. Because she's past it. She has been with Chris since the incident. They have been intimate together since the incident. So if a woman goes back to a man after that and they have been intimate and everything, and even today they're friends, she's even retweeted a song by him. If she can get over it and she's past it and he ain't did nothing else since, and that's been about almost 15 years ago, why are we harping over something that's about 15 years ago? I'm serious. Why are we harping on that? Chris Brown is in Paris right now, and they're mad because he's selling out shows? What? And y'all mad Chris Brown defending himself because he's sick of this. He just missed out and spent all this time training to perform on an award show and just got shut down when they was going to do a Michael Jackson tribute performance. They want to bring all that stuff up from 13 years ago. But yet and still, you got all these people that had troubles who were Caucasian or Anglo-Saxon or Khazars, depending on how you want to word it. And no one brings up their past. Mel Gibson, he's forgiven. Josh Brolin, he got forgiven. He was Thanos. You can forgive any of these people. Charlie Sheen, all of them. Even the females, they were forgiven. But Chris Breezy has to live with this all through his life. Why is that, ladies and gentlemen? Well, I'm going to give you a lot of reasons. A lot of y'all going to say because he black. True. True. Even though he light skinned. But, let me tell you. The reason why is not because of what he did. It's because of who he did it to. And that's just it. Riri is now one of the biggest artists in the world. Even though she doesn't harp on it and try to ruin his career and all of these different things, and they have moved on from that, this is the scenario. Okay, this is what it is. It's the fact that Riri is who she is. Now, if this was some IG model, it would have been forgotten, and I think they would have moved on from it. But by him being black, they would have just thrown him back up in his face anyway. Anytime it comes to an African American artist, it's always sexuality. They try to take him down. Anybody who's trying to do something positive, they look at the sex first. Dr. King. Oh, he liked white women. So he's a hypocrite. I forget what he's doing. His message is lost because he slept with a white girl or he wanted to sleep with a white girl. And we got him on tape. And his marriage is a sham. So you can't listen to him. So you got people out here right now. Dr. King is a fraud. Black people. Can you believe that? Dr. King? When Dr. Martin Luther King actually died, gave up his life, he could have walked away, had a comfortable life, and said, F this, I'm up. I'm going to go spend my life with my kids and chill. He didn't have to do none of this. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell. And select all so you can get no notifications. Because that's how they roll. I'm just being real. Now that we arrived to this point, what else is there? Oh, let's talk about it, shall we? The inability for people to not only move on, not only for that, but the inability for people to recognize that Chris Brown is selling out arenas. So all these people who claim they are so outraged, all these 4,000 people that's on Twitter and the internet and I hate Chris movement, he's still selling out shows. So you're not doing anything to stop nothing. You're not going to stop Chloe Bailey. You're not going to stop anybody because you're pathetic. You'll rather stop him with your selective outrage and falsely call him a serial person, a person who went through therapy, who went through his trials and tribulations, had to work on his relationship with his parents, who had to do certain things. But we turn our backs on everybody else, right? We say we turning our backs and walking away. Why is that? Why we get to turn our backs and walk away and act as if? Why do we get to do that? We get to turn our back on everybody, right? And act as if nothing's going on. Dana White comes out admittedly in a press conference and everything. We got him in 1080 IP. 1080p rather. And they're beating their wife in 1080p in Mexico. Smacking her up and everything. Throwing smacks and kicks. She hit him first. It's okay. And Bluetooth and his out of control baby mom, girlfriend, or whatever seem to be beating on each other every day. And toxic people like Whack 100, DJ Academics, Vlad, and all these other channels, Fresh and Fit, all these other ones that y'all like so much. These are the same fools who feed you this nonsense to keep you dumb, deaf, and stupid. Yep, that's what they do to you. Keep you dumb, deaf, and stupid. Now, I'm sorry if this is abrasive, but that's just how I felt about the situation altogether. Now they said, Cino, when you going to talk about the UFO? That's a very good question. I had no plans on talking about a UFO. You know why I didn't plan on talking about a UFO? Because a UFO wasn't my main concern. But I will talk about that at another time. The Killing of Michael Jackson Part 4 has finally been released, I believe, thank God, on Patreon. I didn't get an alert, but that doesn't surprise me. Winning bets, as usual. Nothing changes. It's just another day at the office. Now, let's get into the other narratives. Now, the notion is everybody who had these notions was very excited. They were very motivated. They were very charged, energized into what they wanted to do. I had to send a message. Don't worry about that. Now, everybody was charged and had all this energy for Chris. But there has been other people that have done things like Trey Songz. I ain't hear nobody tell Trey he can't do, well, some people did. They told him that you can't come back to the party no more. 50 Cent had to kick Trey out of the party. He ain't never had to kick Chris out of nothing. But see, this is the behavior we talk about all the time. You have all these different people making these rules up like they run things, and they don't. And what you do is you help people like ABC, Disney, and all this, because of who he did it to, they keep Chris where he is. Why would somebody bring up? Nobody cares about what that clown does. See, that's the kind of attitude right there. And let's talk about that. Now, in the business of sports, guys date all of these beautiful girls, right? They throw themselves at these guys. So they have their pick of beautiful women. Just because they play a professional sport and girls love the popularity, they've been seen on television. They get to see Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, or LeBron James. They get to be around those guys. And some of these girls would date them just to get around bigger people. And hopefully those bigger people like them so they can move on over to them. I've seen that show. And that's not a good feeling. And they think everybody's okay with it when sometimes they're not, depending on what the circumstances was. Marcellus Wiley was engaged. That means he was getting ready to marry a woman, ring on finger. Right? It don't work out, and she starts dating his friend, his teammate, Antonio Gates, on the charges. Now, Gates, I'm quite sure, met this woman while she was with his teammate. So he already knows her. I told you, Derek Fisher and Matt Barnes situation, y'all act like that's alien. It's just that Matt Barnes acted like a little kid where Marcellus Wiley did not. He was just like, well, we didn't work out. So I just hope if you my homeboy and you did this, I just hope you marry. I hope it gets to that point. Because if it was just something that's gonna fizz out anyway, then what you do it for? So you thinking this embarrasses Kwame Brown or something because you want to try to imply that Gil is dating some girl that Kwame used to have and he took her from Kwame Brown. Well, first off, Gil himself has said, you dated her when I didn't even know her. I met her years later down the road. So that means he never knew anything about the girl, or he went to try to date her years after. Kwame ain't been with the girl in years. I doubt they were ever engaged. You can ask him. He might even tell you about it. Other than that, that's just a girl he dated. That's all it is on my end from what I got out of it. And even Gil adamantly says, I didn't take this woman from you. So if the guy you keep talking about took her, said he didn't do it, why are you saying he did? And you supposedly is pom cheering for him. So congratulations, you can step off now. Go off into the abyss. Makes no sense. We got to get out of that childish behavior. You watch too much Love and Hip Hop crap. It ain't like he came in and broke up Kwame's happy home and they took a girl. I mean, there's plenty of people dating chicks that I used to date. Some people that married her. Some people that I didn't know. Some people I did know. Some people probably don't know I hit it. I mean, I met him. Like, she's like, oh, this is my husband. Hey, how you doing? Ooh, I used to tell it up. But, hey, that's why I keep getting repeat callbacks. Because they know I'm not somebody that's loose lip, want to run out and tell everybody what I done did with them. Women like that. Women like, see, he know how to keep things discreet. He ain't got my business all out here in the streets. See, they like that. That's how you get that call. Like, hey, I was just thinking, I was in your town. I want to take you out. I'm like, when a woman says she want to take you out and pay, she's ready to go. She's ready to go. She calling you up. She was thinking about you because she saw a picture on Facebook that she thought looked nice and was like, I'm stressed out with this fool. For what? Let me see if he's still available. I had a good time with him. Give you a call, the impromptu, how you doing? And the rest is history. Oh, absolutely. I have nothing to do with anybody doing some activity like that. I'm sorry. Would it surprise me if Gil was bisexual? No. Not at all. I would say, I knew it. Would not surprise me. No. That's all I'm going to say. It wouldn't come as a shock. T.I. I just made a video on T.I. It's probably, I'm going to release that one probably before I release this. More Cash App questions. Let's get into the Cash App questions. Some of them go back. It's before the Kevin Durant trade. So we've answered a lot of these. So it's a lot we don't need to go down. I'm a little pissed I lost a bet by one game, but, you know. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, it's no fun to lose by one game, by 1 point in overtime. That pisses me off. More than anyone could understand. That pisses me off. But more importantly, I lost a bet that would have paid me about another $2,000. So now I got to go out into the streets and go get my money. Um, how I feel about what? No, I'm going through some of these Cash App questions. Hold tight. Man, this is Super Bowl stuff. Do I feel Patrick Mahomes? Oh my God. We have answered all of this. But thank you, thank you, thank you. And don't forget, my Cash App is Carcino. It says it in the banner. Even though people act like they cannot read a banner. Like, what's your Cash App, Cino? I'm like, it's in the banner. That's why I created a banner. Like David Banner, he turns into the Hulk. Roar. That's where we are. Okay. Who do I think is the top 5 hip hop art? I damn sure don't know. I damn sure don't know. I don't pay attention. Like, I listen to stuff from the past mostly than I listen to stuff from the day. I'm still listening to Nas, King Disease 3. You know, I'm listening to stuff from 1985. Listening to some R&B. I'm listening to a whole plethora of different music. If a song was on my mind, I go look it up. And then I play the song that I ain't heard in a while. I was just listening to Master P. I got the hook up. Holla if you hear me. I got the hook up. Holla if you hear me. I love how people say they are with you and then they turn around and do the same thing. Okay. It cuts off. I'm gonna assume what you were trying to say was people that claim that they have your back and then turn around and don't have your back. Absolutely. I think we talk about that every day. Did I ever go to East Tennessee? It's a guy that looks just like you in East Tennessee. Okay. This guy played at Louisville and works for ESPN. Okay. I'll be talking to you and see what we can figure out here. Okay, we got a few others. I love the way you Stephen A. Smith. Okay, I'll be looking at these abbreviations. SAS. I'm like, SAS means what? 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 Okay, Stephen A. Smith. But don't let JJ Reddick fool you. He's just like Stephen A. I really don't watch the show enough. I only watch takes. Like they say, first take. So what it really is hot takes. That's all this should be called. But I haven't heard anything from him in a minute. I think he said something real stupid about like Larry Bird or something, and that got a lot of attention. And Dominique Wilkins had to come in and say something. Other than that, that's all I really know about JJ Redick. Normally, he comes from a player's perspective, so he's pro player. Like a lot of the players are pro players, pro how it goes, you know, because they know how the insides work because they played there. But he said something. No, he did say something stupid about like again attacking the older game. talked about Bob Cousy era, and Bob Cousy was letting him know, like, dude, those guys were firemen and police officers and stuff like that. He was like, dude, a construction worker back in our day could play basketball. That's what they did because there wasn't enough money in playing basketball. But if you made it on the team back then, you were like one of the best in the world at doing it. They ain't just grab some Joe Blow and put him out there. So I understood what he was saying there because that's the truth. Those are the facts. People don't talk facts anymore, and I don't understand it. But those were the facts. Those guys could actually play. When there's less jobs, it's harder for the people to make the teams. There wasn't a lot of teams. So believe me, it was harder to make. When there's a lot more teams, it's gonna be a lot of people that come under the scope that aren't that damn good. And nobody that's playing in this era should have anything to say about any era in the past. Cause you got it so easy now, you could have a 30-year career and barely get a scratch on you. Can you imagine if Michael Jordan played in this league and could play 25 years? He used to take a beating every night and play 82 games a year. Everybody was playing 82. Hell, Joe Dumars, look how many games he played. These guys was getting hit. So please, sorry if we don't cry for you, Argentina. I'm somebody who didn't seen the league. So no, you get no flowers here. Sino, when are you going to review BMF series? I think this is better than Power. Yeah, it's a different element. It's a different feel to it. You kind of know the story, and people want to see how it all ends. You know how it ends, but you want to see how you got there. Two different series. Like Power is 100% fictional. You know, this is BMF is inspired by true events. So it's always going to be more captivating when it's true events because you know this really happened. A lot of the scenarios. Now, I don't like to tell people what to do, how they should feel, all that notion, you know. So I tell you like this. If I see a situation like, let's say, um, hmm, forget it. No, I don't want to do that. I just thought about it. That's going to lead to a whole nother thing. And I don't want to go there. But BMF, I'm with you. It is better than the Power series right now. Plus that Hot Mama. Oof. Man, Meech and Terry Mama. Mm-mm-mm. Somebody just sent me some stuff of her on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. She done got better when she got older. What do I think about what? I don't really ice cream. Why would I think about ice cream? Okay, all right, ice cream then. That's what it is. The Chicago Bulls, Lonzo Ball situation. Why is he out another year? What is really wrong with his knee? I don't know. Like the human body is different. Like everybody has different ailments. Lonzo Ball probably his knee probably just gave out, or it's brittle. He might have an arthritic condition that he never even knew about. That's not allowing the knee to heal properly. Everybody's body is different. I keep trying to tell y'all, y'all gotta listen. When somebody's talking, y'all should listen up. Nobody know about that. Um, I saw Gil's IG thing, and look, man. Let me. I appreciate the cash out, but let me tell you this: nobody's concerned about Gilbert. Okay, Gilbert is a clown. Ryan Clark said it best. He said, "A man like that should not deserve your attention." That was the truest statement ever said to form. Nobody like Gilbert Arenas should deserve your attention whatsoever. Okay, let's get that on the table. He deserves nobody's attention whatsoever. If you focusing on him, then it's something wrong with you, because he's the most boringest, corniest person you have ever seen. Period. He's so suburbanized and boring, it is like unbelievably crazy. His basketball takes make no sense. Yes, he was a better basketball player than LeBron, but still, he's nothing. He's nothing. When it comes outside of basketball, it's nothing. It's all empty. So if you want to know about him, there you go. Everybody else is just keep finding out the type of person he is. That person is a professional, asinine individual. He's going to say the dumbest things out of his mouth. So if you like that kind of garbage just to say stuff just to be saying it, then that's your guy. You go over there with him. But thank you for the super chat. Me and Kwame doing a podcast? Cause that's cool. It's cool. It might happen, might not. I don't know. It's that's time consuming. You got to remember we're in 2 different states. None of us in Cali. Yeah, probably be split screens. Where do I think Aaron Rodgers will end up? It don't even matter, because he's not going to win no matter where he goes. Unless the NFL say, oh, it's his last season, let's give him one. Like they did Peyton Manning. Let me see. We'll say this. This video is going pretty long, so we'll stop it here because we're going way past Chris Brown. We've already covered that. So if you came in late, people, we've already covered Chris Brown in the beginning of this video. So we went to some of the cash out questions, as some of them have come in. I guess they saw me earlier or whatever, saying that we need to start they made a donation to the Saginaw STEM, but the message got cut off. Cash App ain't gonna give you that much space, so your questions got to be really quick and to the point. But I'm trying to do the best I can in putting together what you're trying to say. But I get it, and I do appreciate it. So thank you. Shouts out to at Kwame Brown Bus Life and Kwame Brown Bus Life 2.0. Jose Rodriguez is actually Seahawks Jose Rodriguez. He wants you to know he's a Seahawk fan. And definitely pay attention to Welcome to HD TV. And HD had got suspended basically for misinformation, so he's back. They can consider anything misinformation nowadays, so it is what it is. But I'm out. Y'all stay blessed. Peace.